Okay, so we're going to look at equations of fractions. So we know that we can cross multiply when we have a fraction equals a fraction. And that's the only time we can cross multiply. So when we have a fraction equals a fraction. So we have to remember that. So at the moment we can cross multiply because on the left hand side we actually have two fractions, not one fraction equals one fraction. So we can cross multiply at the minute. So what we're going to end up doing is we're going to work on the left hand side first to try and make it one fraction. So this is from chapter 2, and in chapter 1 we would have done that. We would have simplified. So we would have made two fractions become one fraction. So in order to, so you have to get a common denominator first. So what does 2 and 3 both go into? So your lowest common denominator will be 6. So we're going to put the whole thing over 6 because your denominator is always on the bottom of your fraction. So this is going to be our left hand side, and then our right hand side is just going to stay as it is. So what we say is you say 2 goes into 6 3 times. So you put 3 on top and you multiply it by what was on top of the 2. So x plus 4. Then we put our sign as a plus because there was a plus just here. And then we look at the denominator on the second fraction. 3 goes into our denominator 6 2 times. And we multiply the 2 by what was on top of the 3, which is x minus 2. So from here, all we do is we multiply in. So just tidy it all up. So you know if it's outside stuck to a bracket, it's going to multiply by both things in the bracket. So 3 by x will give us 3x, 3 by plus 4 gives plus 12, 2 by x will give us plus 2x, and plus 2 by minus 2 will give us minus 4. All over 6 equals 23 over 6. So it's starting to tidy up a bit. It's becoming one fraction, but we can tidy this a little bit more. So just look at it now. So like with like, so addition of our algebra. So 3x plus 2x will give us 5x. And then our numbers are like, so plus 12 minus 4 will give us plus 8 all over 6 equals 23 over 6. So like we said earlier on, we can cross multiply when we have a fraction equals a fraction. So at this stage we have a fraction, so the left hand side is all, that's just one fraction, equals a fraction. So therefore we can cross multiply. So how do we cross multiply? Well, the denominator comes up and multiplies by the numerator across the equals, just like we say a divisor across the equals, it becomes a multiply. So it's the exact same concept. So we'd have 6, so this one came across, and it multiplies by 5x plus 8 equals 6 on 23. So again we said if it's stuck outside it multiplies in by both things, so we'll have 30x plus 48 is equal to 138. So 8, 12, yeah. So from here we're going to try solve. So at the start, when there's an equals in it, they're always going to ask you to solve, but up here they would have actually stated to solve it. I should have said that initially. So we'll have 30x equals 138 minus 48, because the plus 48 crosses the equals, and we know when a plus crosses the equals it becomes a minus. So we'll have 30x is equal to 90. So what is the x and the 30 doing? When they're stuck together, they're multiplying. So if we bring a multiple across the equals, that becomes a divisor. So 90 divides by what you just brought across, 30. So x is equal to 3. So that's how that goes. So equations are fractions. So remember that if you cross multiply, if you cross multiply, you can only do so when you have a fraction equals a fraction. Initially, we didn't have a fraction equals a fraction, so get it in that case. So in order to do so, you need to get your common denominator and then multiply in. So work that all out. You'll end up with your fraction equals your fraction. Then you cross multiply, and the question initially said solve, so that means you want an answer for x, and we work that the whole way down.